Peace, blessings, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with another spiritual message. Hope all is well with y'all. Hope you're having a good day. If not, I hope the rest of your day get better. It's little bugs out here and all that. But like I said, if you, I hope you're having a good day. If not, I hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a spiritual message for y'all, so I'm gonna get straight to the message. So it's been about, I say, a week since I did a video. So it's only right that I come back and I drop a very lengthy video to make up for that. Had to handle life situations and take care of things off the screen, and you know how that go. So you get caught up busy with things. You got to do what you got to do. But we're gonna get straight into the topic. So this one is gonna be a bunch of downloads that I got during the past week. And we're just gonna elaborate on that more and just go. We're gonna recap some things from the summer and the energies from the summer that started, that led into the things we see now on the world stage, and then in our personal lives too as well. Excuse me, because like I always say, and as we know, what plays out on the world stage plays out in our everyday life as well. Just man, little gnats over there. So. Like I said, what happens on the world stage plays out on, in our everyday life as well. And it's going to explain the different energies that's been happening since the summer and explain what's going on now and what's to come the rest of the remainder of this year. So I got my notes. When I got my notes, we're going to get into the masterclass. So we're going to get this started. So I'm going to tell you the title of the video, then we're going to get into it. All right. So the title of this video that I got was a surgical summer. Then we went to a Fright Fest fall, and now it's about to be a wicked winter. It was a surgical summer to a Fright Fest fall to a wicked winter. And I explained step by step in my notes exactly why I got this download and the different information I was getting for this download to connect to what's going on right now that we see happening every day. So we're going to start with June and July. So from June and July, you got Cancer season starting there towards the end of June. So you got Cancer season. Cancer, if you don't know, is represented by the crab. So what about a crab? Before we get into the explanation of what is a crab, we're going to talk about the energy of the Cancer season with the crab. So we witnessed a lot of things being cracked open and for us to see publicly, just like you would do with a crab. You put a crab in boiling hot water and cook it, just like you put people on the hot seat and pressure cooker when they do something outrageous. So this is what I'm explaining and recapping the summer energy of why we seeing things popping off over the summer with people in positions of high power. This is explaining that why that started kicking off during the Cancer season, because it's the crab. But as you know, you can crack the crab to get to the inside. You crack the shell, which is, like I said, we've seen a lot of people getting cracked open, and we've seen a lot of skeletons and different things coming out, and we got to see an inside look of things that was not being publicly put out there for the public to see. So we started seeing a lot of that with people in positions of power. So we started seeing a lot of that. And like I said, because we started seeing those things, just like you would put a crab in hot water to cook it, it's the same with that energy of what we seen people in positions of power. Same thing, they were getting in the pressure cooker. So just like the energy of the Cancer energy, you were seeing people being put in their own type of pressure cooker and on the hot seat of things they had to answer to that were being publicly outed as we started to look inside and see what was going on beyond the veil. So that's the Cancer energy with that. So we're gonna move into the next one. So, we got more notes on that. So majority of people fold under pressure, which represents the soft shell of a crab. Usually when they capture a crab with a soft shell, it hasn't finished its growth stage yet to harden its soft shell. I'll say that again. Majority of people fold under pressure, which represents the soft shell of a crab. Usually when they capture a crab with a soft shell, it hasn't finished its growth stage to harden its shell yet. So this will represent its being vulnerable in the stage of growth as they capture it with its soft shell. Now, what does that remind you of? So when you have the soft shell crab, is actually in the stage of hardening its shell to become more protective and more hardened than it is in that stage. So sometimes they catch them before they get to the stage of hardening the shell. So that Cancer energy of that crab was also representing people that we seen in positions of power, also going through that, where their vulnerability stage was thinking that they were getting away with things for so long that they didn't have their guard up, which would be representing like the hardening of the shell. So they still was in their soft shell stage of growth because they thought, oh, I'm getting away. I could just still be out here doing this, taking pictures over here, doing whatever corruption they doing. And then out of nowhere, just like when they go catch the crab in the stage that it's not ready for, they caught these people as well in the stage where they weren't ready for, and they were in a vulnerable state, and now they weren't prepared or had their guards up or had protection to be prepared for what was to come. So that represents that energy as well. Okay. This connects with the people in high positions being caught in the vulnerable situations that they were caught doing crimes. When they were caught doing crimes. Meaning they didn't have, I explained that about the guard up, meaning they didn't have the guard up because that, they weren't, they didn't have any guard up because they thought they were getting away with the crimes. Sorry, I told you I want to be challenged. I just be writing and scribbling. Sometimes I got to double check what the hell I wrote. But yeah, basically that's what it was. So meaning that they didn't have any guard up because they thought they were getting away with the crime. So I explained that. So that's representing that. So that's the Cancer energy. So now we go to July to August. So at the end of July to August. So that would be Leo energy, the lion. But if you don't know, Leo rules the heart. That's why they always say you got the heart of a lion. So that energy is all about the heart. So we went from the crab energy and all that exposure and all that stuff. Then we went into next is the Leo energy. So that represents the heart. So the information I got for that was that a lot of people were speaking and saying things that was capturing the hearts of the world, but also there were things that were revealed to the world about people in high positions that was wicked in their hearts towards people. So like I said, the Leo energy rules the heart of a lion, but people started collectively coming together energetically around the world because these were things that were being presented on the world stage for everybody to see. So because of this, it played on people's hearts. That's why you hear people say, oh, I heard that story and it touched my heart. I heard that story and, I felt it in my heart. That's why people say those things, because that rules the heart energy and Leo rules the heart. So that's why people were feeling these things around that time. And because of that, we also, so not only did we publicly and energetically come together to feel those things and to feel sympathy in the heart and have a heart towards feeling for these crimes that were done to people that were innocent, it was just straight wickedness. We also got to see the hearts of other people that were in these high positions of power who had wickedness in their heart and were abusing their power. So we got to see what actually was in people's hearts that were portraying like they were actually genuine publicly, but actually doing things behind closed doors that were very wicked. So that was all that energy too, with the things we were seeing being revealed on the world stage. So that was that. So we got that. So the energy of the world was towards working on healing their hearts, but also relating to each other and trying to understand how to help each other heal each other's heart in this world. So I'll say that again. So the energy of the world was towards working on healing their hearts. That was us collectively, but also relating to each other, trying to understand how to help each other heal, but also relating to each other, trying to understand how to help heal each other's hearts in this world. That's what I meant to say. So that also brings together and trying to figure out how to heal each other, how to heal our hearts, and how to, how to utilize the correct energy when it comes to pouring out your heart with the correct intentions. Thank you, God. Because that was put on the forefront that a lot of people with intentions and positions of high power, their intentions weren't the greatest. And this is why they were getting exposed for doing things that were very unlawful and very unmoral. No values and no principles, basically. So, that's that energy. So, yep. So we already talked about that. Yep. We already said that about that. So that's that energy with the Leo, with the heart. So next, just like I said, the surgical summer. So the surgery continues. So now we go to August and September, which would be Virgo. So Virgo rules the nervous system. Funny how they mention the word nervous, because that's the energy we witness from people in high positions, the more surgery and dissecting that was done to show what was truly hidden inside. Funny how we mention the word nervous, because that energy we witness from people in high positions, that the more surgery and dissecting was done to show what's truly on the inside that's hidden. So that's that energy with the Virgo energy. So we moved from the Cancer with the crab, opening up the crab, seeing what's inside, the Leo with the heart, performing surgery on that, and now we're performing surgery on the nervous system, which I highlighted the word nervous. So this is why you're seeing a lot of people scattering, people stepping down from their high positions and power, people resigning, people being quiet with certain topics and things that was coming out. This is why you're seeing all that, because everybody knew that these things were now coming to the light and that they were on the hot seat, and that was making them nervous. So we move to the next area. Also relating to the word nervous is nerves. A lot of nerves were being touched, and it triggered the world into an uproar about everything that was being revealed worldwide. So also, like the word nervous, it also relates to the word nerves. So a lot of people got triggered by these things that were coming out and being shed a light on, because they knew they had something to do with it. And this is why you seen them nervous, or they nerves is all over the place. They getting triggered. They don't know what to do. They ain't saying nothing. They make a move. They resign and they stepping down. This is why you seeing all these sudden moves, because people were already getting triggered and their nerves and everything was already everywhere, and now they're in a nervous energy because they know, like, oh snap, like this is finally the day that I thought wouldn't come, but it has come now, where I'm gonna get penalized for what I've been doing all these years on the low. So that's with that energy. So that's the Virgos. Now we're gonna go deal with the Fright Fest Fall energy. So September to October, Libra. So Libra is the scale and it's justice, bringing balance. The world was all seeing that we have to start really coming together, especially to speak up against people in high positions that abuse people with their power. So we spoke about that. So that everybody was now realizing, we need to bring a balance on the scale, because on the scale, for the longest, it was too much corruption with too much bad intentions. And we realized that we need to actually start speaking up more, so we can be strong as a unit, because if there's only a couple people speaking up, then these people in positions of high power are always going to get off the hook, because they have the money and they have the connections and the powers and the power and the resources to get out of these loopholes. To get out of these type of deep holes, and they know how to find loopholes to get out of things. That's what I meant to say. Thank you, God. So they know how to get out of deep holes because they know how to find loopholes by using their money, their resources and relations and power. So this is why we realize, we have to start coming together and actually speaking up early and actually opening our mouths and sharing our stories with each other, because a lot of people went through the same situations and trials and tribulations with these same people, and we don't even realize that, everybody's been getting corrupt and abused by these people, and nobody knew, because nobody was sharing their story with each other, because everybody was scared to speak up against power. Because a lot of times when people did speak up against power and they didn't have a lot of people backing them or a lot of resources, they always lost, even though what they were saying was very true and they had the facts and everything to back it up. People always got out, because this world is ran by money and not what you know, who you know. So because of that, people are able to find loopholes to get out of deep holes that they dug for themselves. So this is what we realized with the Libra and the balance and coming together. We also witnessed people being vindicated for things they shed light on years ago, and it finally came to light. It was a balancing of the karmic scale for things finally making a change. So I said that. So we realized that a lot of people that was speaking up on these things for years and people were saying they was lying and nobody was listening and they was calling them crazy were now being vindicated and put in a position to speak on big platform and big world stages to say their story even on a louder, even, I guess you could say a louder tone or a broader audience rather. They were able to do this, and now people are actually listening. There were people listening before, but not as much as they should have, because people were automatically taking sides of people because of politics, and when I say politics, I mean by their status and their image and the character they created to the world that makes the world hold them up on a pedestal and view them as a person to idolize rather than an average human being, and seeing them for their flaws and their wrongdoings and holding them accountable for that. So people were able to leverage those titles and things for years to be able to get over and get away with things for decades, centuries and stuff. So that's all related to that. So that's with Libra season. So next we go into October and November. So this is what else we're gonna see as the year continues. So we're going to Scorpio for October and November. So Scorpio rules the underworld, aka the shadow world. So they like to dive into the deep, dark, hidden areas of life, meaning things that people may say are taboo. It intrigues them more than the average person. So with Scorpio energy, we all know it's represented by the scorpion, but also just like the scorpion likes to go and dig in the soil or whatever to hide and wait for prey and stuff and wait to attack, Scorpios also like to unravel and uncover the deep, dark, hidden truths of the world and the shadow world, which is the world that a lot of people don't get access to or get to dive into. And that's a lot of the deep truths of the world, taboo topics that people are afraid to speak of, many different things that involve those type of things and that type of information, those type of topics. That's what Scorpios majority would like to dive into, and that's why they have that mystique and that darkness to them. Not dark in a bad way, but I mean like a darkness of the unknown and tapping into the hidden realms, and it intrigues you and it draws you in like a magnet. So that's that energy. So that represents us seeing all of the real, actually it's to come. We're gonna see as October and November keeps progressing towards Scorpio season, we're gonna see more dark, really dark truths and really dark information coming out about people that we wouldn't even think that would even be associated with that type of information or crimes or accusations. We're gonna be shocked, and it's gonna be real dark stuff hidden. I mean, it's real dark stuff that was hidden coming out even more as we go towards that Scorpio season. So we just gotta keep that in mind. Also, this represents the tough and sensitive topics that have been happening with people in these high positions, the dark truths and secrets that's been done by these people in high positions. So we spoke about that as well, about, that's going to shed light even more on the dark, hidden truths of what these people have been doing in these high positions of power, and the sensitive topics that when people did bring it up before to tell their truth, people were scared to talk about it because of the politics of who this person was, their power, their status, the character that they are in this matrix, and people were scared to go against that, so they didn't want to report on somebody saying, hey, this person abused me, this person did this, they took advantage of me. People were scared, and that's what let these people off the hook to thinking that, I can get away with whatever I want, and they started just doing whatever after that, even more on a crazier level. So that's that. Now, as we said, Scorpio is represented by the scorpion. Now, the irony is that now these people are going to be getting a taste of their own venom by receiving their karma, and that's a nightmare for them. So that's why we got the title Fright Fest fall, because we all know about Halloween and Fright Fest and all these other stuff, and people getting in that type of mode of celebration. But that also is that hidden shadow realm of all those hidden things and those taboo things that a lot of people don't like to participate in or be a part of during that time of Scorpio season and all that, with Halloween and all that type of energy. But this is what that is also showing as well for these people in these high positions of power. They're getting their own venom, just like a scorpion would do to to a prey that it wants. These people are getting stung with their own venom, and now they're going to get paralyzed and basically be on the hot seat and even basically close to death. And by death, I mean like their career is totally over. This is why you're going to start seeing that as we go into October and November with that Scorpio energy, because they're going to be receiving their own venom, and their deadly venom at that. And a lot of them is going to be death to them. And I don't mean a literal, some may be literal death, but I mean like a death to their career and the image that we thought they were and they portrayed, but we actually going to see the real them and them for who they really truly are behind closed doors with the wickedness. So that's that. So then we go from November to December, which is going to be Sagittarius energy. So Sagittarius, if you don't know, it's the archer. It's the archer. So Sagittarius, the archer, is always aiming high, aiming for the stars, big goals, big dreams, big money, all that energy, all and a big attitude. So it's all of that, spontaneous, all that stuff. But just, but sometimes they can seem selfish because they out to get, for them. Like I said, aiming high, all that stuff, and big attitude, big money, big dreams, big goals, big all that. So that's that energy. Okay. This is what we will continue to see energetically as we aim at the targets who thought they were getting away. Sagittarius can also be natural actors. So you'll see that in the energy of these people in high positions when they'll be asking for sympathy from the public and appearing to be on their best behavior. So like I said, so now these people are going to be even more targets, and there's going to be even more names and more things that's coming out to show how much they've been watching these people as targets for years that thought they was getting away, but they actually had them in the aim, in the scope for years and decades. And now those targets are finally going to be getting that headshot, not in a literal way, but in a figurative way of, like I said before this with the Scorpio energy, of death to them and the image they portrayed and pretended to be. And once we see a death to that, we're going to see them for who they truly and really are in their hearts and their mind and their soul. So that's that energy with that. And then last, we got December, the rest of December, which will be Capricorn energy. And if you don't know, Capricorn is the goat climbing up that high mountain. This energy would be for the world finally reaching the goal of receiving rewards for doing what's hard, which is speaking up to power when they are doing wickedness to others. What else we got? So I'm gonna repeat that. So the goat climbing that high mountain, this will be the energy of the world finally reaching the goal of receiving rewards for doing what's hard, which is speaking up to power when they are doing wickedness to others. And we'll see a lot of people kicked off the mountaintop. So you'll start to see the people that are being vindicated now being on the mountaintop, and they're going to be doing what's hard, which is speaking up to power, and they're going to be showing people that you can do it, and you don't have to be afraid of that, because we all have each other's back to back each other up for people, holding people accountable for the things that they've been doing that were wrong in these high positions of power. So that's that. And just like the scene in the 300 movie, we will see people being kicked off into that hole in the ground, just like the guy did in the movie. So that's what you're going to see. So you're going to see the people that were saying things for years, but nobody believed them or giving them the spotlight that they deserve to bring these people forefront to justice. You're going to be seeing those people raised up even more, and more accolades and more vindication for them. And the people that were in these positions of power are now going to be getting kicked off the mountaintop, and they're going to be getting replaced by people that actually deserve those positions and were supposed to be having those positions for years. But the politics, the money, the greed, the bribery, the resources, and just the power were able to get these people past all of that. And they were able to not face repercussions. But a new day has come, and now people that are in these high positions of power that were doing these hideous and outrageous and wicked things are now being held accountable, and they're being brought to the forefront of justice in front of the world. So that's all that. So yeah, that was it, man. And forgive me, you know, sometimes I was messing up a little bit too. I got a little stuff going on with the throat chakra area because of, you know, the weather change, fall, allergies, and all that stuff. So, you know, sometimes you get a little congestion. So you got to clear it out sometimes. But we made it through. No complaints here. So that's the message, man. I hope y'all like the video, and you know, I appreciate y'all always. Like I always say, stay focused, stay goal oriented, keep doing your thing. And like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard sometimes. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing we can do is crawl to our destination sometimes. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we gotta make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all always. Keep doing your thing. Stay inspired, stay inspired, and keep the fire inside you burning for that passion and your destiny and your life purpose. And I'm gonna leave y'all with my little mantra I like to say. I look like money, I feel like money. I look like money when it's rain or it's sunny. I look like money, I feel like money. I look like money when it's rain or it's sunny. So y'all go have fun with that, man. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get the notification of future videos. Yeah, and to the next topic, man. Peace.